So here are 5 questions that I truly believe will add significant value experientially, not just monetarily, to your career, but everyone you come in contact with. And question number 1 is, what is it that I am uniquely good at doing? Number 2 is, what skills and attributes do I credit for most of my success in the fitness industry so far? Number 3 is, who is a mentor that I have that can look at me a little bit more objectively than I'm capable of seeing myself and give me some guidance as to where my unique areas of talent, sometimes hidden areas of talent, might lie? Number 4, what is my daily professional development plan? Because what we do daily determines who we become permanently. And number 5, how can I have fun doing it? So let's take a look at number 1. What is it that you do extraordinarily well? Now, it's usually something that comes to you with relative ease, that other people have to work really, really hard to develop a similar area of competence, and it's usually something you really enjoy doing. You don't have to force yourself to do it. It's not something you have to do. It's something rather that you get to do inside of your mind. And number 2, what are the skills and attributes that really have set you apart in the past? Because if you can identify what was responsible for your success in the past, it gives you some insight towards where to focus in the future. Maybe you were able to acquire a client that nobody else was able to get to. Or maybe your client had special needs, not just physically, but emotionally. They were hard to get through to, but you did it. Maybe you got a speaking engagement. Maybe you got published a book or a series of articles. What is it that allowed you to do that? And very often, because our reality is filtered through our beliefs, our values, our attitudes, it's not very accurate. As a matter of fact, a lot of what we see as the real me or the real you is nothing more than the fictitious story we keep telling ourselves. So if you can identify someone you trust, someone who cares about you, someone who's vested in your personal growth, even better, someone who benefits from your personal growth, like a manager, and you can ask him or her, what is it that's uniquely special, that's uniquely extraordinary about me? Well, just make sure they like you, actually, because if they don't like you, the answer to the question could be a bit disheartening. But anyway, if you can find this person, they'll usually give you insight that you lacked. And then, number 4, what am I going to do daily to develop it? See, if we focus on our weaknesses, we can spend a lot of time, energy, and frustration taking ourselves from not so great to, well, average. But then by default, we ignored our strengths. And by ignoring our strengths, we come out a well-rounded average individual, and you can't produce an extraordinary career with average results. As a matter of fact, being good at your job in today's day and age doesn't help you. Think about it, from the past couple of years, how many people were good at their job, yet they got laid off when their company got downsized? We need to be absolutely extraordinary and have unique selling proposition. So if you take a look at First Break All the Rules by Buckingham and Kaufman, 80,000 managers interviewed by the Gallup organization over a span of 25 years, the most extraordinary managers out of 80,000 interviewed and studied intensely were the individuals that were able to identify, draw out, and employ people's strengths towards a specific, commonly shared goal. Now, we don't always have the benefit of working with an extraordinary manager. Some of us do. Not all of us are in that situation sometimes, so we have to take responsibility for our own career by identifying our strengths, drawing them out, expanding them every day, and employing them. And number 5, and this is really important, how can I have fun doing this? See, in our mind, if you read the book Drive by Daniel Pink, also keynote speaker for our last URSA event, he talks about the phenomenon that when we take something we love to do, and say, oh, I have to do it, it becomes work, well, we're not at our best, because then we start to suffer from performance anxiety. But when we take a look at something like a developmental plan, something we can do daily to get even better at the things we're already good at doing, so we can become absolutely peerless in that area, well, then we don't view it as work. We don't have performance anxiety. We're not focused on, oh, am I going to perform well out there? We're more focused on the experience we're having right now. And when we're in a state of flow, maybe you've experienced this, where you can create on demand. You just seem to say the right things, ideas flow to you easily, effortlessly, and you connect with people. You're a master of communication in your sessions, in front of your classes, during presentations, writing an article. But other times, it's like squeezing water from a stone, isn't it? And those are the times, I believe, that we're anxious about the outcome because we set a plan in front of us, but we really haven't connected with, how can I have fun doing this? How can I take a job and make it into a joy? How do I make a vacation out of my vocation? So I hope this helps you because, again, I think anyone who can identify what's really extraordinary or unique about me, draw that out and employ that in a way that creates value for other people while we're creating fulfillment for ourselves, that's an individual who has a fulfilling career.